Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This time we're going to be redoing the erg tutorial. You can find my old erg tutorial in the description, but there's some audio issues on that and some stuff I wanted to cover in addition. Alright, so there's two different ways of getting materials to sacrifice for erg. That's pretty easy. One of those is going to be using ghost swords, and that takes ghost fluid and cheap leather straps. The other method is using broken logs. You can get those in Physis if you're a giant, but as I play on mostly elves, I don't have a way to get those. So I'll be using the ghost sword method today. Ghost swords are also more efficient for inventory if you don't have a lot of space, because ghost fluid takes 1 space and cheap leather takes 1/100th of a space because it stacks in 100. And you don't have to craft the swords until you're actually at the spot and ready to erg. So speaking of, the NPC you'll want to talk to do erg is Fierlyt here, and we're in Avalon. You can see there's a moon gate here, and we're just by the city ruins. So once you talk to Fierlyt, he brings up this menu for the erg enhancement. And you can actually erg a lot of different types of weapons. And the way that you do that is by placing the weapon you want to increase in power level here. And you can place sacrifice materials down below. The first sacrifice material, it's required that it's the same type as the weapon that you want to erg. For what we'll be doing today, I'm going to be erging my cylinder, so I've got a bunch of sacrifice cylinders prepared. And then you would click infuse. And there we go. Now this weapon you'll see has an erg level 1, and you can see there's a basic effect of weapon damage +1. So now this one is 51 to 57. You'll see these ones only have 50 to 50. Part of this is the Reforge line on them. So the other part of getting the sacrifice materials ready is that crafted materials give experience, whereas anything that's store-bought will only ever give 10 experience for erg. The way that you increase the experience of an item most easily is by throwing a Reforge line on it. You can pick up these reforging tools for 5k gold at the shop. On Wednesdays it's discounted by 10%, so you can get it for 4.5k gold.
Alright, so Rixie,
Yes.
when you say the items is like player made, right? Can I pick up anything on the floor, or like mob drops, do they work?
Yes, absolutely. Anything that's not bought from the shop can be used for erg experience. Player crafted items are often easier, just like the ghost swords here, but that's the same reason that the broken logs work, is because they're picked up from an outside source. They're not bought from a shop.
Alright, got it.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and craft a ghost sword here just to show you the process. We do this, add materials, and I'm not going to queue it up. I'm just going to make one sword here. There we go. There's a ghost sword. And we're going to use the reforging tool, throw it in there, and reforge. And this one has 2 lines. So this one's going to be worth more than any sword that gets 1 line. And any sword that gets 3 lines is worth a lot more. So we're going to go ahead and go to erg enhancement. And throw the cylinder in there. I've already got this one up to 21. And we're going to try to get this one all the way up to 25. And I'm going to attempt breaking 25. And I'll explain what that means once we get there. So you can see these ones that have 2 lines are each worth 7,837 experience. Whereas the ones that have 1 line are worth 397 experience, and the ones that have 3 lines are worth 58,477 experience. So the more lines that you get on the initial reforge, the better the sword is for erg material.
So does the EXP pass out? Like, if I'm like 500 EXP away, is there a reason I use a 3 line, or just use a cheaper one, like a 1 or 2 line?
Definitely just use the cheaper one. Because any experience that you get beyond this point doesn't transfer over into the next level.
Okay. So math.
Yeah, exactly. So I only need 36,282 experience to get to the next level here. So using one of the 3-line swords might be a waste, since it would be about 22,000 experience just wasted, just gone into the void.
All right.
So I've got a store-bought cylinder here that only gives me 10 experience, as you can see here. But I can enhance that by using these two-line Reforge swords to make up the difference here. And this gets us up to 22. And we're going to keep going here. Try to get this to 25. Trying to see how much experience we need here. Let's see, we need 43,000, so we're not at the point where we need the 3 lines yet. As you can see, it gets quite expensive the higher up you go. Especially for the next part we're going to be covering, which is the actual materials for breaking.
All right.
Yeah, 46,000. Nice.
That should take a while.
Alright, and now that we've got it to 25, we just need to max out its experience here.
Alright, so you have to max it out again.
Right? Yes. Yeah.
Alright.
Because this is essentially you getting it to level 26, basically. But it stops you before you actually get to 26.
Alright.
So I'm going to use a 3-line here to get it up immediately. And now you'll see that it gives us a different menu. Now that we've maxed out at 25, and this happens every 5 levels. So if I were to do this on this sword that we got to Erg 1 here. And I'm just feeding it a bunch of 1-lines. So.
Alright. So from like when it first starts, pretty easy, right?
Yeah, when it first starts, it takes barely any experience to get it up. And you'll see it has a list of materials at level 5. Success rate is 90%. This one has a 5% success rate. So it gets progressively harder the higher level the Erg goes. The max level for Erg is 50. And usually there's some incredible benefits to the weapon once it gets to that point. Some weapons Erg is better for than others. The ones that's most notable are shuriken, cylinders, knuckles, two-handed swords, and what was the other weapon that does really well with Erg? There's one more I'm forgetting.
The one you summon doors? What's that?
Oh, control bars.
Yeah, that
for
one.
puppets. Control bars for puppets also has really insane Erg stats. So I've gone ahead and collected all the materials here. If you go to the Wikipedia page for Erg, which I've pulled up on the screen now, you can see any of the materials that you need for erging any of the different weapons. And there's different requirements for a shuriken than there are for cylinders. So you'll want to make sure that you're specific to the type of weapon that you're trying to level up. You'll see here there's a list of consumed materials. These are going to be the 3 items listed on the left of the menu when this pops up. And you'll see for me, this is Divine Mineral Fragments, Hillwin Alloy, and Lucky Rabbit Feet. So these will be consumed at every attempt. Whereas...
So I just lost them either way.
Yes. Whereas the items on the right-hand side will stay until you succeed. And then they're consumed once you succeed.
Alright.
Alright. So, we're going to go ahead and attempt this. And see if we can get this. I've got 21 lucky rabbit feet here, and it's a 5% success rate. So maybe we'll get there, maybe we won't.
Hopefully.
It's entirely luck. So we're going to go ahead and attempt to increase this. And you'll see it decreases the amount that I have in the of these. But I have extra rabbit feet here, so we can keep going.
I see. And where do you get those mats, like, most time?
Most of the time you're going to end up crafting them or collecting them. Some of the other ranks, here I'll pull it up on the screen again. Some of the other ranks required like finest silk and finest fabric. Those are a little bit harder to get, easier to get through events. Mithril ingots and mithril plates, gold ingots, gold plates, iron ingots, iron plates. Those are pretty easy to craft for most players. But the most important one that's required for every rank to break through is divine mineral fragments, and you get these from Avalon raids. You can also get them from the Avalon purification raids as well. So not just the field raids, but also the purification ones.
I see.
And those are at the same place that you're going to get the desecrated chunks, the ancient monster cores. The massive turtle shell is from a specific purification mission. The corrupted apostle leather drops from Hasidon raids. So these are where you're going to be getting most of the materials.
All right. So just join raids whenever I can, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, we're going to try it and see if we can break it today. I'm a big fan of this fill button.
You gotta get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, if let's say somehow I magically got it to 50, right?
Yeah.
That's end game. Do I have to break it again at 50? Or no, if it hits 50, it's gone.
Once you're at 50, you're set.
All right. So there's no last break like what they. All right.
No, the last break is at 45 to 46.
I see. You sure that's 5%?
Yeah, 5% success rate.
It's hurting me.
We ran out of Hill and Alloy first. Alright, so at this point, basically what I'd have to do is go back and get more Hill and Alloy to try some more.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think I can do here is give you an example of this. So it requires a sword of any type, a fishing rod of any type, ancient monster core, divine mineral fragment, iron plate, and iron ingots.
All right.
So I believe I can pull those materials together here very quickly.
5 minutes later.
Okay. So now we've got our weapon that we want to erg, and it gives us the items here. We can fill these in. Looks like it wants to use the beam sword instead of a ghost sword here for the sword. All right. So we've got all these, and we can go ahead and hit increase. And this is the screen that it gives you when you succeed an erg break.
And I just repeat that till all the way I hit, what, 40, 50, right?
Yep.
All right.
And that's how you do erg.
Got it.
If anybody has any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Let me know if you have any other videos you'd like to see. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.
Glad you're showing.
You were recording!
No, I mean, it's not me. Don't look at me.
I know. I was like, wait, what is that? What is that noise?
Right? I mean, it's fine. Relax. Everything will be fine.
Yeah. Just so you're aware, we're doing a erg break. I'm attempting the break from 25 to 26 on my cylinder, but we gotta get up to 25 first. So I'm just redoing my tutorial. I'll cut that bit out. I just gotta. Where do I need to restart at?
The ghost sword, like where the place is.
Okay. I'm just starting over the recording, so I don't have to.
Let's pretend nothing happened for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah. We just whoop.